So Utah goes 49.550 on the bars. It's an incredible number, but it's not even close to their best this year. They got 49.8. They end up dropping a 9.8 from Abby Paulson. Remember that Amelie Morgan started the rotation with a 9.9. That got the crowd really jacked up. And then Grace McCallum, the Olympic silver medalist, stepped to the bars where she'd already been perfect once this year against UCLA. And once again, she created art.
Well, we have multiple athletes in the bar lineup who have gotten perfect 10s this year, and that's because they're aggressive. They go for the handstands, of course, having amplitude and form on their release moves. She has another one back up to the high bar with the half turn. Watch her feet, they don't come apart. Again, swinging, hitting that final handstand. And then you gotta finish it with the perfect landing. Chest up in perfect
like that
alignment. Unbelievable.
Yeah, we're so lucky in this conference to have these 7 Olympians. Jade Carey, Oregon State, Jordan Childs, who saw earlier from UCLA, Grace McCallum, and Amelie Morgan from Utah, Brooklyn Moores, Team Canada, but UCLA, Kara Aker from Utah, and Emma Malabuyu for UCLA were alternates for Team USA. So we're spoiled. Almost every night that you and I do one of these, we have at least one Olympian on the floor. And today we'll see all 7 gold medalists in that group. So we are halfway through. Utah takes the lead. We talked about Oregon State and California, their dogfight. Well, where is it? They're equal. They're both 98.8. They are .025. 3 teams separated by .025. Olympic gold medalist on the floor just went 9.95 on the floor in her first Pac-12 championships. Before the meet today, she was honored by being named both the freshman of the year in the Pac-12 and the gymnast of the year in the Pac-12. Coming in, she had won 41 of her 45 events this year. Here's that final tumbling pass.
This is her first tumbling pass.
Oh, first, sorry.
Double twisting, double back. Most difficult pass we'll see. We watched it for years. Michaela Skinner from Utah did that same pass. So impressive. At the collegiate level, it's not necessary, but these athletes work so hard, and you know, Jade's a perfect example. One of her favorite parts about gymnastics is the tricks. So still getting to do those here as a collegiate gymnast, and being able to score well with them is key.
And we talked about it before, how freshmen in any sport kind of want to blend in. And there she is doing just that. Although you and I know who she is, so it's hard not to notice her, isn't it? Yeah. And she's just such a kind young woman, and unassuming, and out as part of this team and part of the Oregon State community. Beaver Nation, there's fans from every school here in Salt Lake City. Oregon State now goes to the vault. So they're rating this thing down .025 and going to a strong event.
And that's a strong start.
They are 10th in the country, second best on the vault. They've been 49 plus in all 10. They've gone as high as 49.350.
Well, when it comes to the vault, Oregon State has some athletes that can get that 10.0 start values, but you have to weigh it out. That was the 9.95 start value in that one spot, and she nailed it.
California goes to the floor where they're second best in this conference, 14th in the country. Gabby Perea.
Throughout the year, we saw Nina Shunk in this spot. She actually twisted her ankle just a few days ago, so she's going to be in postseason. But they're resting her, so Gabby stepping into this leadoff position.
Only the 3rd time she's been on the floor this year. 9.825 against Utah was her best. They need at least that here. And starting this rotation, Utah led Cal and Oregon State .025. That's as close as it gets. 3 teams, razor thin margin.
It's been great to see Gabby in the lineups as a freshman. She was nursing some injuries. Slowly, she continues to add events here in her sophomore year. Strong combination. for Cal on the floor.
You heard the eruption from the folks in Red Rock Nation. That's what they call the Utes here, the gymnastics team. They have their own moniker. They have moved to the beam. How good is Utah on the beam? They're the best. They're the best in the conference. They're the best in the country. Amelie Morgan has already gone 9.925. You heard the crowd erupt for that. And here once again, the Olympic silver medalist Grace McCallum.
And watch this mount. See a lot of the elite athletes do it. Back handspring into that unique grab, showing great control.
She's been rock solid on the beam her last 5 times up, all 9.9 plus.
She has unique elements, not just the mount, the wolf turn, always your favorite.
Yep.
Perfect.
I like to see it on the floor now, too.
I'd like to see you just try it.
I get down, I just can't get back up anymore.
Tumbling element, back handspring layout. Step out. Oh, holding on. Beam combination working across the beam. Combination to finish her routine. Moving into the side aerial, connecting right off the end with the full twist. Nailed it.
So she had to fight her way through it. And for a moment there were 6,000 people on the edge of that beam right with her.
Well, anytime you see the shoulder drop, it can go wrong really quick, but nice save there.
Sydney Gonzalez on the vault for Oregon State.
That unique twisting onto the table. The pike off. Does start from a 10.0. We saw them early in the season. It was their goal to get 5 vaults that started from a 10.0, so gradually adding in that difficulty.
All of the scores for Oregon State so far on the vault have been 9.8 or better.
And starting with Sydney, the last 3 vaulters all have the 10.0 start value.
Maddie Dagan, Jade Carey still to come. Caitlin Garcia started the rotation at 9.85. Kari Chavez, 9.825. And then Fletch went 9.8. Waiting for the scoring. Gonzalez, 9.825. So they all stay right in that same place. There's Jay Santos, the head coach at Arizona State, along with his wife and co-head coach, Jess Santos. And I've said it many times on the air, I'm so impressed with the job they have done reviving the Arizona State Gym Devils program, getting people back in the building, and getting this team ranked again. They are number 14 in the country. They come in as the number 4 seed, 2nd year in a row, Arizona State in the night session.
Release move up to the high bar. Combination here, back down to the low bar. So important to hit every handstand, just like that. Nice control.
Emily White, 5 of her last 6 on bars have been at least 9.85. Looking for a big score on a clean dismount. Oh, little step.
Yep, just that little step there.
So while we were away, Maddie Dagan was on vault for Oregon State. They're looking for something big here. They're looking for something in the 9.9 range, trying to keep pace. And there's an opening right now. All 3 of our leaders have had a little bit of a bobble in this rotation. Maddie Dagan.
1.5 twist. A little off balance, but
English, yeah.
way to hold on to it. They gave her a 9.875.
So that's 10 out of 10 for her 9.8 or better on that event. Jade Carey will go last on the vault for Oregon State. They already have at least a 49.175. Oregon State's average this year is a 49.3. So the score they're looking to drop here is a 9.8. They want something better than 9.8 from Jade Carey.
Well, she does Yurchenko double full. The most difficult we'll see. Height is incredible.
All 9 have been better than 9.9. Look at the height!
I mean, she takes that small hop on the landing, but it's a double full. It is so impressive. And I mean, she makes it look so easy, but what makes it great is her position into the table.
Watch Mike Chaplin in the orange shirt and the tie.
Big block, straight up in the air, opens those arms out, and a big smile.
This ball was so good, it got Mike Chaplin to run up those stairs. Yeah, she is just a joy to watch. That's really going to help their rotation. It's going to bump them well over 49-2. And we're back to the floor, and Milan Klasi scores so far for California on the floor. Gabby Perea 9.75, Nevaeh Sousa 9.85. All 8 of Milan's fours have been at least 9.8, and she's coming off a career-high 9.95 last week at home against Iowa.
We've seen her open with the full in, but staying clean. Little hop back there on that double pike.
Bounced on the heel.
Milan has such beautiful dance. I love seeing when she breaks a smile on this event. She just did that before she sets up for this second tumbling pass. Beautiful working out. The double stag jump. Crowd erupts again. She's got to use this energy. She's got to stay clean. And
she does.
Was perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to rattle Milan Klasi. Yeah, she grew up going to Red Rocks Beach. She knows about the crowd. Here's Sarah Clark for Arizona State on the bars.
It's a great event for her. She has beautiful lines. You can see right there her cast handstand. This pack salto down to the low bar.
Arizona State already has a 49-2 on this event. Clark trying to beat a 9.825.
It's been clean so far. Just a little forward on that landing, almost a little early on the finish.
Crowd seeing scores over on the beam for Utah again. So for Arizona State on the bars, every score has been between 9.825 and 9.85, all of them. There's the scores on beam. Birch went 9.8. 9. Is that a 9.975 for Paulson? That's not a typo?
No.
So the 4 judges come up with a near perfect score. At least 2 of the judges thought it was perfect. Here's the mount that I love to watch on replay once I know she's okay.
This is a fun routine to watch.
Crystal Issa, University of Utah.
The minute you see her in the arena, she always has a smile on her face. She's bubbly, bouncing around, dancing, and she brings that flow to the balance beam. The fun, lighthearted.
Along with the triple series.
Right here. Back handspring, layout, step out, step out. So we see a lot of triple series, but they're the front aerial, back handspring layout, or even 2 back handsprings. That one, the most difficult of them all.
Crystal Issa is a defending champion multiple times. Defending champion on bars, defending champion on beam, and was second in the all-around at Pac-12's last year.
Well, and I believe last week she got a 9.975 on this event, which means, again, one of the judges thought she was perfect. Taking a selfie there and dismounting off the side.
Well, you and I have seen her be perfect before at the Huntsman Center, 10 miles away about a month ago against Oregon State. She was perfect on this event. The whole crowd getting what they want.
And 5 huge scores. Their low score right now is a 9.8. They still have Miley O'Keefe in the anchor spot.
Who's terrific on beam and has gone perfect twice this year.
Maya Bordas up on floor.
She too coming off a career high against Iowa, 9.95 on the floor.
Also has an upgrade that she may pull out for postseason, but going with a clean double tuck to start the routine. Maya has been a consistent all-around competitor for Cal. You have to remember, these athletes that do all-around every single weekend, it's a lot of competition. Beautiful routine.
So now we go back to the beam and look at the scores. Utah, number 1 in the country, has 3 gymnasts ranked in the top 12. McCallum's 12, Issa 6, and Miley O'Keefe in the anchor spot is number 4 in the country on this event. They already have a 49.5. The score to beat is a 9.8.
Has a unique tumbling series. Side aerial layout, step out right here. Great adjustment. She looked like she was leaned a little bit. You could see her feet almost on the corner of the beam, but no bobble.
It's one of the events we'd love to watch Miley O'Keefe on the beam twice this year. She's gone 10-0.
She has a swagger on this event.
Yep. Reacts to that.
And all that's left, yes, the dismount right here. Full twist.
Little college stick.
No step, but did not hold it long. I mean, it should be 9.9 or better. Unbelievable rotation.
So they're going to drop Lexi Birch's 9.8, and the low score will be a 9.85. I told you the Utah number 1 in the country on beam. They went 49.725 against Stanford, which ties Auburn for the high mark in the country this year.
Andy Lee.
Maya Borden's got a 9.875. Sorry, Amanda, and here is Andy Lee.
Such a beautiful athlete on this event. Opens with the front double full. Like I mentioned a few weeks back, she did a punch front out of that, twisted the ankle, so she is fine. They're holding on adding that combination in just to be safe.
Ranked 18th in the country on this event. 6 times she's gone at least 9.9, twice 9.95.
Well, she only does 2 tumbling passes, but the extra dance is just stunning. Her movements in and out, showcasing her flexibility.
Andy Lee's already got 9.925 on bars, 9.875 on beam. She's 6th in the country in the all-around. I don't think Andy Lee gets enough credit, and it's tough in this conference with all these Olympians and NCAA champions and conference champions. But as I said, number 6 in the United States right now in collegiate gymnastics in the all-around. She's tremendous. She's good on everything across the board.
And we're not seeing her in the all-around because of that ankle, but...
Yep. Well, you mentioned it before, watching her roll that at UCLA. I thought that might be the end of her season. It wasn't even the end of her day.
Yeah, I couldn't take my eyes off of her after that.
This is moments ago. Abby Paulson on the beam. She was in the 4th spot for Utah. And she was nearly perfect.
Abby, another phenomenal elite gymnast. Opens with that same element we just saw. Miley O'Keefe, side aerial layout, step out, locking in on that landing.
All-American a couple of years ago in this event. And 8 times has gone 9.875 or better. And a 9.975 at LSU, and they all flash the U.
Dismount, side aerial. Watch the launch on the set. That is not easy to do, but she blocks up that back foot. She gets not just good amplitude, but it sets her up for a great landing.
Andy Lee went 9.9 on floor, and now to finish the rotation, Grace Quinn.
She has had a great season in this anchor position. For so many years, we saw her in the leadoff.
Five in a row, been at least 9.925. She's on fire on the floor.
Nice combination to start.
And they already have a 49.225, looking to drop just a 9.75. A chance for Cal to go big here.
Fun Latin electro style music.
Told you before, California set a school record last time out on floor against Iowa, 49.6. They're not quite going to get there, but they have a chance to go 49.4 plus.
That'll do it. Another great routine.
Well, everybody's taking it up a notch. You know, the Red Rock fans are lifting up their gymnasts, but everybody else is feeding off that energy. You've talked about it many times. The air in the arena is electric now. And if you can't make them cheer, you want to make them be quiet.
Well, and it's a nail biter. You wanted this, Jim, so we're going into the final rotation, and we talked about it. It's anybody's title here. Competition is close. It's going to come down to this final event for sure.
Waiting on the score for Grace Quinn. In the meantime, Arizona State went 49.225 on bars. Oregon State a 49.275 on vault. Utah an astronomical 49.650 on beam. And remember, they came in leading the competition into the third rotation. And the score not in yet for Quinn. There it is, a 9.925 for Grace Quinn. So they drop Perea's 9.75. They end up with a 49.4 for California. Utah continues to lead. We'll tell you by how much as we go to the fourth and final rotation for the Pac-12 championship.